this afternoon, and this is the kind of baseball night that just makes you feel good all over. Boy, this certainly was a Donnybrook here yesterday, and his earned run average is 3.85. He has given up 70 walks and 178 strikeouts. He has 25 home runs and 98 runs driven in. He's a right-hand hitter standing deep in the plate. The pitch swung on by Keene. Line shot to left field, base hit. Snyder over, drops it on the skip, fires it back in, and Keene is the base runner at first. Now here we go. Stepping in to lead off in the ball game will be young first base.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Fergie Jenkins Field. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. For Brad and Wes, it's Chris McLeod and Ed Myers. We're ready to call this game between the Hamilton Cardinals and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Both teams come in 2-1, coming off of losses and looking to turn things around. A beautiful Saturday evening here at Fergie Jenkins Field after kind of a rainy and stormy morning. Things have turned out great for the ballpark here tonight. We'll get the Cardinals and the Barnstormers. We'll break down the lineups and some players to watch in your pitching matchup, all coming up here tonight, live from Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Back to Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Welcome to Star Wars Night here tonight at Fergie Jenkins Field. It was this date, May 25th, 1977, the 47th anniversary of Star Wars A New Hope was released. Ed Myers is next to me. Ed, you and I both realize we know nothing about Star Wars.
We don't.
I am the worst.
I was raising small children that year, and I had other things on my mind, I guess, at that time.
I have no excuse. Danelle is running around. He's got the full outfit on tonight. So, yeah, fans are ready to go here tonight. Both teams coming off a loss. Both teams 2-1 in the IBL Power Rankings this week. The Chatham-Kent Barnstormers ranked at number 6, up from 8. The Hamilton Cardinals sit at number 5. Last night, the Cardinals, 10th inning, they gave up 2 runs and lost 5-3 to the Barrie Bay Cats in 10. The Chatham-Kent Barnstormers coming up a really sloppy game on Tuesday night. A long one here at Fergie Jenkins Field. A 15-12 loss where they gave up 9 walks, 5 wild pitches, a couple of hit batsmen, a couple of errors in that game, and that was really the downfall. The bats not to blame on the loss on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. The pitchers simply couldn't find the plate, and they were behind most batters. And the game doesn't play out well if that's the way you're pitching. And hopefully we'll see an improvement in that tonight. The season is young, and we have a good crowd here, and hopefully good things will happen.
Well, let's start with the pitching matchup here tonight. Takaki Iguchi will start today. He's from Japan. His first IBL season. He went 6 innings pitched in his debut. 1 walk, 7 Ks versus Kitchener. And he's off to a good start here. And the Barnstormers come back with their opening starter, and that was Aiden Ryan. And he had a great outing. We've seen him a couple times now. This will be our 3rd view of him. Ryan 1-0, 5 innings pitched. He gave up just 4 hits and 5 strikeouts in the debut, the inaugural game for the Barnstormers. We were impressed by his game.
He looked very strong in that game, and almost mid-season form. He was throwing hard, and he was throwing strikes, and he was still throwing well at the end. I think it took him out because it was early, and he's impressed so far.
Tuesday, as we talked about that sloppy game, it was a bullpen game. They had a couple players they were trying to stretch out, just trying to eat up some innings in the early going. There's still some pitchers that are missing from this lineup that are on the roster, and they've yet to make their debut. A couple players will make their debut tonight. Let's go over the starting lineups. We'll start with the Hamilton Cardinals, 2-1 coming into the season. The center fielder, Brandon Nicholson, will bat lead off. Danny Berg will start left. He's the second hitter. Tyler Duncan, the reigning MVP, is in that third hole. Luis Bernardo, the first baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Zach Marriott had a home run last night. He plays at third. Dennis DeVaning is in right field. He is off to a real hot start, your sixth batter. Keeler Loveridge will get his first start tonight. He's the designated hitter in the seventh hole. Andrew Johnston, the catcher, and ninth will be the second baseman, Brendan Daly. For the home team, the Barnstormers, Marcus Spencer leads off once again. The right fielder who had an assist from the outfield on Tuesday. Lee Kucera will start in center tonight, his first start in center. Dan Battelle moves over and plays third tonight. Seth Strong will start at first. Braxton Haggett off to a real good start. He's in left field. Robert Mackey moves around the diamond, and he'll start at second. Spencer Moran, a debut for him. He's the designated hitter. Torin Vasilenic is back at shortstop, and Nick Hoyt, the young catcher, will get the start here this evening, as we've seen a bunch of different catchers so far in the early going for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, and they've added another one to the roster too. Really want to build from that back end, and we saw on Tuesday night maybe some miscommunication with the catching, and going to try out Nick Hoyt tonight.
Yeah, we were not sure what the difficulty was. I think it was a language problem between the catcher and the pitcher, and they were having trouble communicating signs, I believe, which complicated matters with the pitching problems that we had Tuesday night.
All right, we'll come back, some players to watch in your anthem, and get the first pitch here from Fergie Jenkins Field. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Decent crowd.
Yeah, it's good.
And direct your attention to the Canadian flag located in center field for the singing of our national anthem tonight, performed by Colin Bell.
Barnstormers Baseball Live, the anthem in the books. What an anthem, too. Beautiful rendition there. We've got a full house tonight, a beautiful night. 26 degrees at the moment. Humidex making it feel like 30. Lots of sunshine. Ed, I'll tell you, I woke up this morning, didn't think we'd see some baseball tonight. It was coming down good.
It rained very hard this morning, 8:30. I know they postponed one of the games this morning at 9 o'clock. And Diamond was very wet. So everything's cleared up now, and it looks like we're ready to play.
Yeah, we've got some Barnstormers baseball ready to go as Aiden Ryan warms up. A couple players going to keep an eye on tonight on the visiting Hamilton Cardinals. Obviously, Tyler Duncan is a player that is one of the tops, an MVP from last year, the reigning MVP. He bats in that third hole. He's a big bat.
He had wonderful, tremendous stats last year, and he's keeping it up this year. I believe he's hitting 500, which it's early, but anytime you can bat 500, no matter what time of the year it is, it's some good numbers.
Dennis DeBaning, too, is also real strong in the right field spot for the Hamilton Cardinals tonight. On the home side, Braxton Haggett, he's gotten off to a good start. Braxton has got a hit in each game. He's got 4 hits overall in the 3 games and played a strong left field and really positioning himself as a holder of that left field position. Out of the lineup tonight, Miles Norman, he'll sit. So Lee Crucero will move over to center. Spencer Marcus will play in right around the infield. Dan Patel, Vaselenik, Mackey, and then we got Strong over at first as Nick Hoyt settles in behind the plates. He'll be the catcher here tonight. It'll be his first IBL action of the season. Aiden Ryan from Tecumseh, 1-0 at the inaugural win for the Barnstormers. He's real free and easy with that arm.
Yeah, he's got the body of a pitcher, long, and he slings the ball in a natural way, and he's had really good results.
One thing that we commented on and we really noticed in that opener, and something you missed on the Tuesday night, was he fills up the strike zone. Gets ahead of the batters.
True, and let's hope for more of that tonight.
Brandon Nicholson will lead off, just 143 on the season. Right-handed hitter, a center fielder, and Barnstormers baseball from Fergie Jenkins Field. Both teams 2-1 and coming off their first losses of the season. Hamilton last night at home versus Barrie. Barnstormers on Tuesday versus the Majors. Gave them the run for the money, and there's Aiden Ryan's going to start with a strike. 7:06 first pitch. Nicholson digs in, crowds the plates. Hoyt looks on the outside corner. Ryan hits the glove, doesn't get the call from your umpire tonight. Isaac Zoywak will be the home plate umpire. Ben Flesher at first, and Justin Van Horn down the third base line to start. Outside, falls behind 2-1. Lefty getting the crowd into it. We had a good crowd right Tuesday night. We stuck around until about 11:30. Decent crowd as it obviously went into the evening, but stuck around. The diehards. And Selenik comes up with it. Slow and dugouts. A nice scoop by Seth Strong.
I think the interesting thing on Tuesday night is the crowd stayed pretty much to the end of the game.
And the one thing we've noticed, and this is just the third home game and the third game at home in the club's history, is we're starting to get a little bit of a reputation. They're loud, they're hard on the umpires. The opposition knows that, you're on the road. Really going to start to spread around the IBL.
Yeah, there was a little bit of chatter from the spectators on Tuesday night, and some response from London, and made it interesting.
Danny Berg slides into the second hole here, batting 200, just a 1 RBI in his second IBL season. He's from Saskatoon. And he'll chop one of Vaselenik, too. Another slow roller. Curl hop, gets it across. Another 6-3 put out. And this will bring up Tyler Duncan from British Columbia, last year's IBL MVP. Big left-handed bat, played at Arkansas State. 16 home runs, 51 RBIs in the IBL last year. Takes home the hardware as the MVP. Duncan off to a 3:08 start, just the 2 RBIs. Big left-handed batter, Ryan looks in. And he'll get the outside call to jump ahead, 0-1.
His numbers last year for 42 games were incredible.
Very incredible, yeah. Class of the league. Duncan digs in. That one in the dirt. Ryan looking on that outside corner. Duncan, the shortstop tonight. And that one's going to get by Hoyts to the backstop. It's 2-1. Retro Fest weekend this weekend in Chatham-Kent. Chatham is the classic car capital of Canada. And we talk about that rain. They stuck it out. A lot of fans in town for that today. They're going to stick around for some IBL baseball tonight. Ryan kicks and deals. There's a high chopper in front of the mound. Ryan's going to scoop it up. Strong gets back to the base. He's not going to get there in time. That's going to be an infield hit for Tyler Duncan. That was a chopper right in front of the mound. And Strong had thoughts about going after it and had to retreat back to the base and couldn't get back in time as Ryan tried to make the play.
I think it hit the plate. It bounced really high. It had to have hit the plate. Long time coming down.
Strong getting back, but not in time. And now the cleanup hitter will stride in. It's Luis Bernardo, first baseman, right-handed batter. Gets that call on the outside. Bernardo, 286 in the season, a home run and 2 RBIs. He's got a hit in all 3 games. San Pedro de Macorís from the Dominican Republic. Lions ahead 0-1. Outside. I'm enjoying seeing the new teams come in here. All new to us here in Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, and
some of the names.
yeah, including the Barnstormers. A lot
yes. Duncan leads off, shot down to Patel, gets down on it. Duncan was moving, and Mackey can't make the play. Duncan was on the move on that.
We can't hear up here, but usually you get some communication from your teammates if a guy is moving to second base to throw to first, but I don't know if that happened.
Call that an error there on the third baseman, Patel. So runners at first and second, 2 outs, bottom of 1. And up to bat now is Zach Marriott. Zach, 200, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in the season, had a 2-run dinger last night. And that loss to Barry. He'll chop one towards the dugout.
Everything they've hit so far has been on the ground. It's four batters in a row that hit the ball on the ground, so that's a good sign. I'm not sure if he throws a sinker. We don't have the proper angle to know that, but it indicates he probably is.
1-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom, or rather top of the first. Just getting underway here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Ryan looks in. Looks back at second. Duncan's there. Bernardo over at first. Checks the swing. Sidewalk says no, and then he's going to get some help, and he's going to check it. He's going to say no swing, 2-1. Inside, he's going to get the call. Evens it up at 2-2. Manager Chris Piano just took over this team May 16th, the 30th manager in Hamilton Cardinals history. Played 5 seasons with the Cardinals. Guy over at first, Luis Bernardo, also listed as an assistant coach on this team. Side, and that'll push the count to full. Ryan, 2 outs, count full. Runners on first and second. They'll be moving here, Ed.
Yep, for sure. There'll be some action out there, one way or the other. Hope he can come in with the strike.
All right, the left-handed box. He's going to slice one through the hole. Coming up with the ball, going to bounce on him. Haggith has that get by. Duncan comes around to score. Bernardo's going to come around too. They're going to challenge, and they're not going to have a play at the plate. Runners on the move. And both of them will score. Bernardo coming all the way around to first. He'll score on the misplay by Haggith. 1 RBI for Zach Barrett, who moves along to second. Single and an error there for Zach Marriott. And Aiden Ryan was off and running in the early going and then gives up 2 here with 2 out. All started with that Tyler Duncan chopper off the plate. That was the first ball out of the infield tonight. Agatha had it hop on him just before he wanted to get that throw off, and a liner debating right to the shortstop.
In the top of the third inning, they scored 2 runs, and your Barnstormers coming to bat.
2 runs, 1 hit. Barnstormers down 2-0. Bottom of the first coming up. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
It's a fan of the game, Team Keychain. A team hat and a special gift from our sponsors, Stephen Aiken and the Cooperators. You're a financial professional in Chatham.
All right, Jeff, the winning number, everybody. Get your tickets. 03671. 03671. If this is your number, you're a fan of the game. May the force be with you.
Once again, if your ticket stub says that number that Don pulled out, report to the merchandise store and claim your prize. Thank you. Please pay attention to the dance crew out on the first base side for their special performance brought to you by Lisa Lester and Four Diamond Catering. All right, fans, give it up for your dance crew. Waiting now for your Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, it's number 19, Spencer Marcus.
Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie. Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field. Brought to you by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Iguchi's first pitch outside on Spencer Marcus. Led off all 4 games now for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Gets Iguchi to fall behind 2-0. Kaki Iguchi, Fukuoka, Japan. 0 ERA. Second game started. 6 innings pitched in his first. A walk and 7 strikeouts. His Marcus, I should say, off the end of the bat. And it goes down the first base line. Spencer on the season is hitting .250 out of that leadoff spot. He's got a home run, couple of RBIs. Home run came on opening night. Iguchi comes down below. A new look there.
It's almost submarine. It came from the toes.
Well, that is something that we didn't see in the warm-up pitches. And I'm pretty sure Spencer Marcus has not seen him before either. So if you're digging in there in that right-handed box, that's going to be a shocker to you. Down 2-2 now. Another one. This one outside. Iguchi changes that arm angle. What's that do to a pitcher, Ed? You pitched. That'll throw him for a loop, won't it?
Well, sure. Coming from the different slots, our arm angles make it difficult for the batter if you can throw strikes.
Iguchi over the top this time, and he's going to walk him. Good at bat by Marcus. Gets a good look at him there. And he walks down to first, and the Barnstormers are in business. Giving up 2 in the top of the first. They gave up 3 on Tuesday and then roared back with 3 of their own as that game went back and forth with the majors before they ended up losing 15-12. Local kid Kucera bats the 2-hole tonight, center fielder. I feel like Kucera's got the athletic ability to play anywhere in the diamond.
I would think so. I don't know him as a baseball player, but he certainly is a versatile athlete, and I'm sure he can play a variety of positions.
Sarah settles back in. He's ahead 1-0. Iguchi, and that low. And we're seeing Iguchi now dropping behind. He got Spencer 2-0 before he kind of fell off a couple of pitches. Spencer Marcus working him for the walk. He's down at first, leadoff hitter on. He'll get the look over. Just a courtesy throw there to let him know he's watching. Good crowd on hand tonight. It's a beautiful Saturday night. They're back on the field tomorrow, 1:35 against Guelph. Ball high, 3-0 now to Kucera.
He's got about 3 different arm angles. He's throwing from 3/4,
Seeing him
sidearm, and submarine.
And that'll go right down the dugout bench. Keep an eye on him. Comes over the top here, and he's going to get the call. 3-1. Kucera didn't agree, but, you know, Sizewalk will make the call. Kucera had 3-1. Gucci looks in, double play depth up the middle. He'll foul that up over our heads here. You hear that rattle around the barbecues out behind us.
You must not have put the pizzas on yet. I can't smell anything.
We haven't got a pizza up here yet.
That's a little plug.
Just a little notice that we're waiting. Iguchi, 3-2, full count. Marcus goes, pitch inside. It's a walk. He'll get second. Couple runners on now. Back-to-back walks from Iguchi.
It's really unusual for a pitcher to throw from 3 different arm slots.
It's hard enough to perfect one arm slot.
Yeah.
But if he's going to change it up, certainly we'll throw him for a loop. Into that 3rd hole now, it's Dan Patel. 364 in the season. Couple of RBIs for Patel. Played shortstop Tuesday, played 3rd tonight. Patel is behind 0-1 to Iguchi. His first batter to get ahead on. Gucci looks in. He'll come underneath this time, and he's going to hit Patel right in the back and load the bases. Barnstormers in business in the bottom of the 1st. And Seth Strong will stride to the plate. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs on the season. He's already got 14 total bases. And his .500 batting average puts him 4th overall in the IBL. And already you can hear the crowd, a fan favorite here at Fergie Jenkins Field.
He's had some good swings up to this point, and a power hitter. Right field looks really inviting to him.
Iguchi. And he's going to get the call on the inside. Strong steps out, shakes his head. Takes a breath. Gets runners in scoring position and a good chance to strike early on Star Wars nights. See if he swings that lightsaber here. Drives it up the middle. Iguchi, what a stop. Back to 1. And they get 2. What a play by Iguchi on the scoop. And a double play. 1, 2, 3. That had center field tattooed all over it, and Seth Strong thought he had a couple of RBIs.
Right up the middle, I think it was a 1-shot chance that he was going to come up with the ball. It was on top of him pretty quick.
Braxton Haggith now will get a chance to drive in a couple runs, this time now with 2 outs. 64, just the 1 RBI for Haggith. Had an error in the top of the first, trying to come up throwing. And he's ahead in the count 1-0. Third baseman in even with the bag to the hole, and it hops over second. Haggith will score a pair, and the Barnstormers tie it 2. Dan Patel coming around from second, Kucera from third, and Haggith with a big hit after 2 out. Robert Mackey. We'll see if he can keep the inning going now. 2 down, and Iguchi had started that double play. It could have been a whole lot worse if he didn't get the glove on it. Second baseman Brendan Daly closed the gap on that ball, but
Yeah, I thought he might get it. He was really close.
ball hopped over top one. He's going to get the call there. 1-1. If anything, maybe keep the ball in the infield and down to a run, but it'll get through. Haggett's got a pair of RBIs and even the score at 2. And there, an off-speed pitch catches the outside corner. Mackey wants to reset. Mackey, versatile. 1 home run. Game-winning RBI in that game versus Toronto. And had a save in the season opener. And then started on Tuesday. Mackey, the second baseman tonight. Bats in the 6th hole for the Barnstormers and head coach Dan Norman. Iguchi bounces it. Johnston gets in front of it. Count 2-2. Haggith over at first, couple of RBIs. Third baseman's back. Bernardo holds the runner on. Mackey looks out to Iguchi, looks in. Over the top, and he'll chop one back to Iguchi. He'll get his second put out of the inning. But the Barnstormers will get a hit and a couple of RBIs. Could have been more, but a good play by the defense to hold them there. 2-2 after 1 at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
My time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my
Back to Fergie Jenkins Field. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Aiden Ryan wastes no time getting Keeler Loveridge, to line out to the left fielder, and we've got one down here early in the second. Barnstormers, much like they did Tuesday, get down 3-0 and roaring back in the bottom of the first. Aiden Ryan's got to come out of that dugout, another little skip and a step, knowing he gave up a couple, and then his offense comes right back to help him out. Johnson's going to pop it to Mackey, who goes out to the outfield, and quick 2 outs. Top of the second. You're a pitcher, Ed. You pitched on this mound many times.
I did, yeah.
You get behind early, and your offense comes and backs you up. You come right back out, and you want to start throwing strikes, get those bats going again.
Yeah, it gives you a fresh start, really.
Yeah.
Second inning, and the 2 runs were really not allowed to follow the pitcher. They kept the ball low, and he kept the ball on the ground. Just the
couple of errors.
Yeah.
Brendan Daly, the second baseman. 250 on the season, just 2 for 8. He'll hit one down to third. Down to an E. Battelle, long throw across the diamond. And like that, Ryan going to take a seat once again, and the Cardinals will hit the field. No runs, no hits. And 3 quick outs, 2-2 heading to the bottom of the second. Back to Fergie Jenkins Field. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Tonight's charity is the Interfaith Caring Kitchen, where members of Catholic, Islamic, and Christian faiths gather together and prepare and serve 120 to 130 nutritious 3-course meals free of charge twice a month throughout the year. Thank you for supporting our 50-50. You only have until the 3rd out of the end of the 5th inning to purchase your potentially winning ticket. Again, the winning ticket will be announced at the end of the 7th inning. You have to be present to win. Good luck, everyone.
Back to Fergie Jenkins Field, Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Both teams send 6 to the plate in the first. Barnstormers hit the field defensively and go 1-2-3, top of 2, and see if the Barnstormers get some more runs here for Aiden Ryan. Spencer Marin is going to get his first whack at it here in the IBL, and we'll see Nick Hoyt this inning too, both players in their first IBL game of the season. A couple games in the IBL today. They're all finals. One was a rainout, London at Guelph. That was called early this morning. They had a lot of rain in the Guelph area. Toronto shut out by Welland, Jackfish 10-0, and Brantford lost to the Barrie Baycats 3-2. These two teams, last of the games on the schedule today, both 2-1, coming off of losses. The Hamilton Cardinals just one ever championship in their history. That was way back in 1978. Spencer Marin swings at the first pitch as he sees, and that'll fly out to left field. And he is down after the Barnstormers quickly get the Cardinals. The Cardinals come right back, get the first out quickly themselves.
That's number 13, Torrey
Vasilenic, the shortstop. Played in the preseason with the Welland Jackfish, was released by them, signed by Harry Muir and the Barnstormers just prior to the season. Started the season opener. Didn't play on Tuesday. And back to shortstop tonight. Vasilenic from Coaldale, Alberta. Has played with Lethbridge Bulls. Swings at that high pitch. 1-1. Bring the family out to the ballpark. Why not tomorrow? Game against the Guelph Royals. Purchase your tickets online now at ckbarnstormers.com. Iguchi back for his second inning. Made a great defensive play in the first to start a 1-2-3 double play. And a chopper back to the pitcher to end the inning. after giving up a 2-run single to Braxton Hageth. Islanic here ahead 2-1. Iguchi over the top. That one down past the third base coach, Don Menard, and it's foul.
Certainly keeping the batters off balance with this change of speeds and the different angle of the arm slot. It's the batter's a bit confused so far.
Well, if the batters are confused, what about us, Ed?
That's for sure.
Iguchi. With the count full once again, it is 3-2. Well, they've got a pitcher, too, down to the bullpen. Mizuki Akatsuka, who is a switch hitter, but also a switch pitcher. So I got into one game this season. I don't know if we'll see him. And a swing and a miss. Vasilenic goes down on strikes. Second out of the bottom of the second. Well, talk about arm angles. What about different arms altogether?
Yeah, right. We were talking about this before the game, and Major League Baseball has wrestled with how to control that for a number of years. And we're still not sure what the rule is exactly right now, whether you have to declare by the batter, by the inning, whether you're right or left-handed.
We'll see if he comes out of the bullpen tonight. I'd be interested to see that. Just one game so far in the IBL for him. Iguchi in his second start. Got 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 2-2 the score. Nick Hoyt, the catcher, digs in, and he's going to chop one foul. It's his first game started in the IBL. Barnstormers have added another catcher to the roster to go along with Greg Kemble. They haven't announced it yet, but Noah Marciano has been added to the roster. And Hoyt's going to take a healthy swing at that, fall behind 1-2. Mitsuki Fukuda is the fourth catcher on this roster. Hoyt behind 1-2 with 2 outs. Iguchi looks in for the sign. He's got it. To the plate, and another strikeout. 2 in the inning. No runs, no hits, and we're tied at 2. Going to the top of the third, you're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Top of the third, Fergie Jenkins Field. Ian Ryden kicks and deals, and the first pitch outside, strong, and the third baseman Battelle charging in. Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Both teams 2-1, and both teams eerily similar in the early going here. There's a hot shot by Battelle, who is moving in on Brendan Nicholson, who will slap one to left field and get the offense started for the Hamilton Cardinals. Cardinals came out, 2 runs in the first, 6 batters up to plate. Went down 1-2-3 in the second. 6 batters. 2 runs in the first for the Barnstormers, and they go down 1-2-3. And we just commented off air is that both pitchers keeping the ball down. That's probably the hardest hit ball so far there by Nicholson.
It was. They've done a really good job of keeping the ball low. Of course, if you keep it low, it's hard to make good contact with it. A lot of times you're beating it in the ground.
Nicholson dancing off. Looked like he was on the move. Ryan went to the plate. Hoyt had the bench yelling, going. Nicholson didn't like the jump, went back to first. All outside of the hitter Berg, who went down 6-3 his first time up. Not going to get the call on that one. Danny Berg, the left fielder. Ahead 2-0 in the count. Nicholson's got some wheels over at first. Taking a step, not going to go here, and that ball inside, and may have been dancing just enough to get in the head of Aiden Ryan. All the Barnstormers info you need online, schedule, tickets, stats, and more at ckbarnstormers.com. Ryan to the plate, and he'll get a strike. Barnstormers fans letting the Cardinals know they're not in the hammer anymore.
They're getting a lot of assistance from the umpire.
Ryan behind 3-1. Nicholson goes, swing, and a foul off. That'll put the count full. And Nicholson will head back to first. He's been dancing over there in that eyesight of Ryan. Aiden fell behind 3-0. He's battled back to push it full. Second batter. Berg, the left fielder. Ryan. The runner goes, and he's going to walk into second. That was ball 4. And the Cardinals threatening. A couple runners on, and that'll bring up Tyler Duncan, who chopped one back to Ryan and got the rally started in the first. Off the plate, Ryan, by the time it came down, didn't have any time to get it over to first. And Duncan was the first runner to score, and now he comes up with a couple runners on. Duncan on the season, batting .307. 1 for 1 in the game here. 2013 IBL MVP, and that's why right at Haggith, he'll come in, basket catch. Hard hit ball, a couple of hard hits off of Ryan here. This one will line out to left.
Ball really seems to carry in this park.
Does.
Yeah, that ball got out to left field in a hurry.
Well, we've seen some bombs to right field. We haven't seen anything hit to left yet.
No, nothing out of the park. Left center, I guess the other night, the London player hit the one, but mostly right center and right.
Bernardo strides to the plate. Came around to score in the first. That one chopped back to Ryan. It's going to get up the middle. Lackey can't knock it down. And Cusera's going to try for 3, and he'll get him dead to right. Lee Cusera with a big throw will get it out. Run will score. And the Cardinals go ahead 3-2.
It's kind of surprising that he tried to take third. Cusera had the ball, was sort of looking at him, and he kept going.
Cusera had a moment, too, to read the play himself.
Yeah, everything was in front of him.
Bernardo stays at 1. We got 2 outs now. 4th hit of the night as Bernardo drives it up the middle. And that one smoked to center. Cusera's got to get on his horse. He gets back. He gets up, and he makes the catch. Lee Cusera. Introduce yourself to the IBL this inning. Cusera A throwing assist and a big diving catch to hold it 3-2. Cardinals ahead to the bottom of the third. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Congratulations! We have some winners! Thanks for Mike's Place. Mike's is located right behind plate.
Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. The crowd's still buzzing after the Lee Kucera track in center field and over his shoulder, and he's due up second this inning. What a catch from Lee Kucera, an athlete.
Yeah, it was an athletic move right from the crack of the bat. He didn't hesitate, turned and went and found the ball. And preceding that, he threw a runner out at third base, so he had quite an inning.
A lot of these players, the Intercounty Baseball League is getting a look at for the first time, and they don't have a book on him yet. Well, Lee Kucera, he's got an arm, check. Shows that in the top of the third, and then, man, on that next pitch, he tracks back and over his shoulder makes a beautiful catch. Iguchi will get Marcus to foul one back. Cardinals score one. They're ahead 3-2. Yeah, you love this team. Now wear the gear. Barnstormers merchandise available at Fergie Jenkins Field or at Chatham Pro Shop, St. Clair Street in Chatham. Online anytime at ckbarnstormers.com. And more gear coming in daily. I was talking to Rick just prior to the game. A lot of fans are waiting for that field hat still to come in, the one that the actual players wear. We're hoping here in the next week. So if you're looking for that, keep an eye at Barnstormers, ckbarnstormers.com, or hit the Chatham Pro Shop. 2-1 the count. Ball outside to leadoff hitter Spencer Marcus.
Seeing a lot of Barnstormer clothing around town.
Yeah.
They're catching on quickly.
Fans are really enjoying the ball here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Off-speed pitch inside. I went to the Tigers game last night, and I'm sitting, and most of Chatham-Kent did too. I feel like half of us were there, but I'm sitting second deck, and I hear the young man next to me talk about coming out tonight. Check with the Barnstormers.
Small world.
It is a very small world. I said, you mean the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers? I said, yeah, they're from our hometown. I said, well, I know it well. I'll see you there. 2-2 the count to Marcus. Iguchi, off-speed pitch, chopped to short. Duncan up with it, long throw across, good arm. And he'll get him at first. Duncan moves around the diamond.
That's a cannon of an arm, right?
It is. We've talked about Duncan already, the MVP of this league. He was an outfielder, listed as an outfielder. Big kid, big left-handed bat. Playing short tonight. And now we'll see Lee Kucera, who made that great, actually two great plays. Back at the top of the third. No stride to the plate was the first runner to score off a walk. And he'll slice one over the head of third base coach Menard. And not a big kid. Kucera comes in at 5'8", 168, 5'10", 168. Should give him those 2 inches.
Yeah.
And we talked about him last week. A CKSS grad, inducted to the James Dean Hall of Fame. Competed both track and field and baseball. Won a gold at Ofson, the javelin, and was the 2015 Jack Perry Award winner for Chatham-Kent's top high school student athlete. And he is going to drive one to right. DeBanning didn't have very far to move, right with the glove, and the Barnstormers down 2 quickly.
It's good to see some Chatham products making their mark early in the year. We talked about Rick going to school in Chatham. His family being baseball players, grandfather played here, dad played here. It's good to see that.
A smart way to build a team, too, in a new community as Patel will swing at the first pitch. Scored back in the first, won't do it here as he grounds out to second. 1, 2, 3, no runs. And the Barnstormers trail 3-2 going to the top of the 4th. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. Through 3 innings, it's the Hamilton Cardinals with a 3-2 lead. Aiden Ryan, the starter, his second start of the season. Came off an opening night win. He's 36 pitches through 3. He's been pretty efficient. 20 strikes there. 3 runs allowed, 1 earned. No strikeouts, 1 walk. He'll start off the batter DeBanning with a high pitch. Each team with a couple of runs in the first. 4 hits now for the Barnstormers, or rather the Cardinals. Barnstormers just the 1. Mackey knocks it down. He's got some time. They'll get DeBanning over at first. 4-3.
Good he didn't panic on that. He just let the ball lay on the ground, pick it up with his meat hand, never pick it up with your glove hand. Threw him out.
Hard hit ball right at him. Second baseman has a little more time. DeBanning goes down his second out of the inning, or second out of the game for DeBanning. And Keeler Loveridge, his second at bat. Blew out in the first pitch to the left fielder his last time up. Ryan rocks back. Pitch to the outside corner, and he gets the strike. Patel at third is edging in on the grass. Now he's going to step back. Play him straight up. And there's an off-speed pitch. A nice one. And Loveridge bailing out. He'll catch the inside corner.
Getting back on his heels on that pitch after throwing a couple of fastballs. Took something off, a curveball or slurve.
That one on the outside. He'll get him swinging. Second out of the inning. That's the first strikeout of the night for Aiden Ryan. Catcher Andrew Johnson will now bat, the 8th hitter in the lineup for head coach Chris Piano. Ball inside. Player coach for the Union Kufstein Vikings in the Austrian Baseball League in 2009. Played in Australia with the Berkeley Eagles during the '08 season. Piana was on the coaching staff, and then just prior to the season, they had to make a move, and Piana was named the 30th manager in Cardinals history. Boyd on the outside corner, that one low. Like the pitch, though. It's 1-1. Johnson calls for the time and gets it. Ryan hasn't moved. We had commented on Tuesday.
Ooh.
That one gets right over Hoyt and just buzzes by the umpire's ear. 3-1.
We were commenting on the number of players on the Hamilton roster who have American college affiliations.
Yes.
I counted 22. They're Canadian from the Hamilton area, but I was amazed at the number of colleges that they have either attended or are presently attending. I was looking up the location of a lot of them. It was very, very interesting part of geography. They've covered a lot of the United States.
Right from the hammer, by the way of many different locales. Johnson's going to get a little chin music there, and he'll walk. Second walk of the evening for Ryan. He's going to run her on. That'll bring up the ninth hitter, Brendan Daly. Cardinals ahead 3-2. Daly went down on a grounder to second in the first. Sorry, in the second inning. Both teams scored in the first. Cardinals scored in the top of the third. Ryan gets strike one, and he's ahead to the ninth hitter. Star Wars night here at Fergie Jenkins Field. And Hoyt going to throw it in behind the runner. And Johnson had taken a step. Seth Strong had to dig that out over at first. A couple of errors so far in the early going for the Barnstormers. They've got now 7 on the season, and this is their 4th game. And a chopper towards second. Mackey, a big bounce for him, and he'll throw it over to first. Runner stranded. They take a walk. It's 3-2 Hamilton Cardinals. Barnstormers coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Chatham-Kent Beer Club, thanks so much for supporting your Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. All right, Dom, are you ready?
Yes, I am. The winning number, 05002. 05002. If you have this number and the Barnstormers players still based to the merchandise store to pick your price.
Once again, that number is 05002. If you have that, bring it to the merch store with some good stuff. Prices aren't expensive there. You get a half for $25.
Barnstormers cleanup hitter Seth Strong's going to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. It is 3-2 Hamilton Cardinals. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field. Presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Iguchi back for his fourth inning of work. He's given up just the one run, rather the 2 runs and just the 1 hit, the Barnstormers. Strong will stroke into right field. Debani gets there quickly. Strong hit the ball hard in the first 2, and it was an Iguchi play down to an E to make that 1 hop stop and start the 1-2-3 double play. Strong get him this time, and he's over at first.
Big difference when against a left-handed pitcher throwing that sidearm pitch. If it's coming too strong in that situation, he's waited for it.
Dan, our official score up here, and I were just talking about Iguchi, his warm-ups. He never goes sidearm. We've talked about that a couple times. He's an over-the-top pitcher in warm-up. It was back in the first where he just brings out this arm angle out of nowhere just to cross up the hitters. But to bring it out without warming up with it, that's something. That's a talent.
Quite a surprise, yeah.
My phone's blowing up, Ed. Apparently we had a little bit of a technical issue. We're back on the stream here. Strong was moving towards second. Iguchi tosses over to first. He gets back in time. I'm seeing some comments on our YouTube stream. Great hearing Ed Myers in the broadcast. He was my idol growing up. Look at you. A legend. Is that family? Is that?
Probably.
Yeah. It was just Ed posted. Yeah, Ed said it.
Yeah. That's where I went.
And that's he had to text it in there. Yeah, thanks. We get a lot of comments. We've got some great comments from the online stream. And 3 games in here, and the crew adding to it. Now, runner's going to go to first. Or rather, the runner at first is going to go to second. We're going to call up Bach on that one. And Seth Strong moves into scoring position as Chris Piano, the GM, comes over to get an explanation from Isaac Sidewalk.
Not sure what he did. I something very subtle.
Bernardo, the first baseman, was trying to demonstrate, saying this is what happened. This is what he does. And so now they're going to go out to the mound, and looks like they're bringing an interpreter. He's going to come out there as Iguchi from Japan. We're wondering if it's maybe the hitch. Maybe came towards the plate.
So many small things can happen. Or he broke his hands and put them back together again. Once you break your hands, you have to either throw to first or to the plate. If you put them back together, it's a balk.
So right now you can see the interpreter is demonstrating. And the interpreter is Mizuki Akatsuka, who we had talked about, who is that switch pitcher. So he's going to go right back to the bullpen. He's got to be ready for the call for the bullpen.
Right.
But he's also going to be ready to
multi-purpose player.
Translate. Yeah, he's a utility guy. Haggis swings at the first pitch. He had a 2-run RBI single in the first. After Strong had grounded to that 1-2-3 double play. A 2 RBI, 2 RBI single for Haggith. He's off to a good start in his IBL career. And he's going to hit one off his foot. He's going to try to walk that one off. Yeah, that stings up here.
They hurt.
And the bees in the shoe there. And home plate umpire is going to give him a second. Haggith trying to walk it off. First base coach, who's also the batting coach, Steve Charles, will come down to give him a second. You all right? Haggith 1 for 1 with the 2 RBI single. 3-2. Barnstormers trailing the Cardinals. Haggith looks like he's going to be all right. 1-2 the count now.
They hurt. The stingers.
Got the count in Gucci's favor. Haggett from the left-hander's box. And he's going to smoke one back to the shortstop. Duncan dives, and Strong gets back just in time.
Good base running by Strong. Other guys would have just leaned, and if he'd taken one step that way, he was going to be doubled off. Very
Shot
good.
on a line right at the shortstop, Duncan, and made the catch, dove back in. And that'll bring up Robert Mackey.
Number 7, Robert.
Mackey went down on a chopper back to Gucci back in the first. He's ahead 1-0. One down, bottom of the fourth. And you'll get the call on that one.
Game is being played completely differently than Tuesday night's game.
Yeah, it's moving along. Strong on the move to third. And he's got him dead to rights. Looked like a hit and run there. Strong on the move on the pitch, and Mackey swung through it. A caught stealing.
Wonder if there was a mix-up there. A man on second, a tying run. One out.
I don't think your cleanup hitter is stealing many bases. Strong not known for his speed. Mackey swung through it. Another ball high. 2-2 the count. Gucci's got 2 outs now, and the edge in the game. And Mackey fouls one back. Stay up to date with the latest intercounty baseball news, stats, standings, and more at the IBL.ca. If you look now, all games are a final outside of this one today. One postponement in Guelph. Down the line, and there's a double for Mackey. He's on his horse. Good throw in, and they're going to get him at second. The left fielder came up throwing, and that ball died in the grass, and Mackey gets tossed out at second.
They're still trailing by 1.
Barnstormers trail by 1. It is 3-2. Hamilton Cardinals. Back with more in the top of the 5th inning. It's Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Please take a look at the first base side, lefty special performance.
Back to Fergie Jenkins Field. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. At the top of the 5th, Mackey still in the game, pitched 5 full innings in the opener. He's given up just the 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 runs overall. And a strikeout in the 4th inning. Top of the order now, and it'll be Brandon Nicholson will lead off. He had a single in the 3rd. Came around to score. Got the go-ahead run in this one so far. Nicholson has got some speed, the center fielder. Danny Berg came up throwing to get Mackey at second. A couple of hard-hit balls in that 4th inning and nothing to show for it for the Barnstormers. Ryan will fall behind 2-0. Nicholson batting 142 on the season now. And get the call on that one, 2-1.
Still throwing hard.
There's back, 3-1. We'd commented on the opener against Kitchener. He was pitching well, was filling up the strike zone, didn't have a whole lot of pitches, but he got the hook after 5. As Nicholson will work the walk to lead off the 5th. It's been on a couple times tonight. Danny Berger, who had that good throw from the outfield. We've seen some good defensive plays in this one so far. Lucera made 2 in the same inning. And then Burgess with a good throw there to get them out of the 4th.
2 tagouts in that inning, and one at third, one at second.
And Johnston came up throwing, and Nicholson wastes no time. Shot up the middle. Mackey down, will smother it. Will he have time to get it to first? He will. Nicholson was off with the pitch. And Mackey, all he could do to stay in front of that, had to deal with the runner crossing right in front of him as well.
That ended up, that's his only play was the first.
Keeps him out of the double play, and Nicholson gets into scoring position for this guy right here, Tyler Duncan. Chopped off the plate in the first, came around to score, and then a hard liner, the left fielder last time up. One of the most feared lefties in the IBL. Nicholson's doesn't look like he's going to wait too much longer there at second, and it's on the move. Marcus going to come up with a throw. A strong throw goes all the way back to the backstop, but Hoyt's going to be able to retrieve it before the run scores. Duncan will move up to second on the single. Marcus with a strong throw from right field. We've seen that arm. Short hopped Hoyt. This brick backstop gave it a nice kick back to Hoyt to save a run.
Home field advantage on that one.
Yes, for sure. So now Bernardo comes back up. Bernardo had a single the last time up.
Not sure whether he wanted the first baseman to cut that ball off or the throw was too high to cut off, one or the other.
Runners at second and third. Ryan with some heat on here in the top of the 5th. And he'll start Bernardo with a ball. Yeah, third RBI in the evening. That came back in the 3rd inning. He's looking for a couple more here. Patel at third, playing even with the bag, playing him straight up in the outfield. These Hamilton Cardinals pulled into the parking lot tonight at about 5:55. They're about 25 minutes late for batting practice. They got off the bus dressed, got over here, got some swings in. First visit to Fergie Jenkins Field for the Cardinals. A real quick batting practice, and here we are. Ahead 3-2. Ryan outside. He falls behind 3-0.
Maybe they came down King Street. They're looking at the,
Looking at the
retro past some of the older cars.
Hey, very well. Why not? Taking it an afternoon in CK. Bernardo ahead in the count, 3-0. Clean-up hitter. Ryan doesn't want to give him anything to hit. He'll walk him. That'll load the bases. And that'll bring up Zach Marriott, who had a single and an RBI back in the first inning.
Could be a turning point in the game right now. Bases loaded. 1 run. Hamilton has a 1-run lead. Shortstop and the second base are in double play depth. The first baseman and the third baseman will come home on a ground ball. So we'll see what happens.
Aiden Ryan didn't give up a walk in his first outing. He's got 4 tonight, just 1 strikeout. Defense is giving up a couple errors in behind him. Just one of the runs is earned. Marriott a shot to left field back in the first. to score one. The second scored on the air to Haggith. And now Battelle, who had come in the last time Marriott was up, or I guess the first time he was up, was playing right in that spot. The ball got through. Charging now. Chop to second. Double play ball. Will he have time? No. Just get the one. Fielder's choice. And the Cardinals go ahead 4-2. Ball not hit hard enough to turn it.
Nothing you could do with that one. Had to wait for the ball to get there. Once again, too, it's the only play that he had.
Good play by Bernardo, though, not to run into him. He slowed up. You're not going to get a free out here. He made him go to second with it. A fielder's choice for Marriott. Pick up an RBI in the play. It's now 4-2. Couple runs in the third and the fifth here. And Dennis Debaning came into the game hitting .500. That's lifted to left center. Way back forward is Kucera. He's still going back, and he'll settle under it finally. And he'll bail out his pitcher. Kucera with a flyout. 1 run, 1 hit. And the Hamilton Cardinals have a 4-2 lead over your Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Fergie Jenkins Field. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
King Street in Chatham. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. All right, where's Dominic today? There is.
All right, I got a winner. It's a beige Stupak. If you got a black or a red, you don't win this one. 1 6 9 3 0 1 6 9 3 0. If you got this number, the one Barnstormers player hit the home run against the you get a prize at the merchandise store. Goodbye.
So you get $100 from Mama Maria's much better prize. There we go. We also need to talk to the light on the person. It's all good.
Open that French, the restaurant on King. Did that reopen?
Different name, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I forget what it is.
Way back, Mama Maria actually owned both of them.
They do still. Daughter does now. Yep. Thank you.
Leading off your Barnstormers number 25, Spencer Mark.
Barnstormers Baseball Live back at Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Spencer Morin in the bottom of the fifth, ball outside. Swung at the first pitch, lined out to left field his first time up, his first ever IBL at bat. Morin's brother, Catalin, we saw him pitch on Tuesday. Comes out of the bullpen, a lefty. Spencer playing left field this evening, and a broken bat, and Duncan doesn't have very far to go. And he'll swallow that up the first out of the inning.
Jammed him on that pitch. Got in around his fist. Couldn't get around on it.
One of our comments on the YouTube channel, Jacob is watching from the Hammer tonight from Hamilton. Great baseball, and he says great broadcast. Again, we get paid per comment in our favor. Nate says, great job, CK Caster. Say thanks, Nate. I know Nate, covering the OHL quite a bit. Very nice. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Barnstormers Baseball Live. Follow along all the home games on the Barnstormers YouTube channel. And then the away games on the home team's channel. You can find it there. As Selenic up to bat now. Struck out swinging in the second. Nice warm welcome by the IBL. Certainly appreciate it. Getting some help from the opposition. Talk to the Hamilton Cardinals owner just prior to the season. Eric gave me a little rundown of what they're expecting. Yeah, very open with the information. We do appreciate that. New kids on the block, Ed.
We are. We're still learning.
You never stop learning, right?
Lots of names and numbers, yeah.
Hellenic ahead in the count. 3-1. Iguchi threw 4 innings. Coming into the inning, 54 pitches, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a hit batsman. Hellenic fouls one off down the line. Got a little bit of help in the bottom of the 4th when Seth Strong, we're wondering if maybe a missed sign, trying to steal third, was thrown out.
Yeah, that was unusual play. Whether he missed a sign or what happened, I'm not sure. It didn't fit the situation.
Lennox going to get a walk. And he'll be the first runner on the bottom of the 5th.
One on, one away now. Number 8.
Third walk of the night, Iguchi.
Hoyt.
In his season opening start, he went 6 innings. Didn't allow any runs. 7 strikeouts versus Kitchener. He's into the 5th this evening. 9th hitter, Nick Hoyt, tries to check the swing. He's going to go around. Cardinals doubling up the Barnstormers so far, 4-2. This is our 3rd home game at Fergie Jenkins Field, and I don't think we could ask for any better weather so far. We've had 3 beautiful nights for baseball.
It's really nice. It's sitting here looking out over the field. We've done so many things to change the look of Rotary Park. All the positive thing. We've added bleachers, and we've got the fans to support the team. It's a good night.
The timeout come from first? Is that where it came from? Yeah, it looks like the umpire over at first called time on that. 0-1 on Hoyt. Iguchi looks in. Runner moves. Base Hellenic, and Johnson had that roll out of the glove at a stolen base. And a runner in scoring position now. A good pitch to run on. Johnson had that just hop out of the glove, couldn't get a grip on it.
Yeah, frustrating feeling when you can't get a hold of the ball.
For those tuning in for the first time, we've talked about Fergie Jenkins Field, or Rotary Park as it was known for many, many years. Here at the corner of Tweedsmuir and Queen in Chatham. A ball field for a long, long time, Ed.
Yeah, as far as we can figure, it's about 1913. It was called Athletic Field at that time. Went through 2 wars, 2 world wars. Second World War, it was commissioned by the federal government as a parade grounds.
And out over the short right field porch. Well, right field's now got a field house, which was a big addition. Dave Ewald, who we'll have to have on one night, built that, and he's now building on a clubhouse to the side, which they hope to be open by July. And Hoyt, late call. It's going to push the count full. He thought he had first.
You talk about Dave Ewald. He's been quite a minor baseball supporter over the years in many capacities, coaching, pitching in when we needed assistance, and good man in our community.
Home builder here, and certainly has added his talents to the field house, and now the new clubhouse, which will be open here. And I walk by it every time, and more work gets done on it. And Hoyt's going to go down swinging. Thought he had the walk. Now 2 outs, runner on second. So at the time right now, out over the right field fence is a soccer field, and then there's a parking lot, and then there's Memorial Arena, which has been around. What was longer? Was the field here longer than the arena?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the arena was after World War II. I think it was 1948. There was a lot of shuffling took place at the end of the war. I read some information recently.
The more old wartime homes in behind us, too, that were built when the soldiers came back.
The houses on Tweedsmuir were built for the officers in World War II. Kinsman Auditorium was built so the soldiers that were going overseas would march and parade in the auditorium.
One of my jobs, I do real estate. So I was looking through a house the other day. Over behind us, chop at a third, high hop, and Bernardo is going to make the stretch. And the Barnstormers go down unsuccessful, trailing 4-2. No runs, 1 walk. And the Barnstormers still on this one. Coming up to the top of the 7th, chugging along, it's Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. They gon' have to retire my jersey early, whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
Barnstormers Baseball Live, back to Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Taylor Loveridge with a swing and a pop-up down the right field line. Looked like it was going to go foul, but Spencer Marcus will snag it in fair territory. One down in the top of the sixth. I stand corrected. My eyesight's not as good as I thought. Sixth inning here. 63 pitches into the sixth inning for Aiden Ryan. 32 strikes, 31 balls. That's prior to the Loveridge at bat. It's got a little wilder as he's gone on here tonight.
Yeah, your ratio, if you're pitching well, you should throw 2 strikes for every 1 ball.
He's battling, though.
2/3.
Battling here into the sixth. Ryan leans back and throws that one outside.
Might be getting tired.
He went 5 in the opener. This is obviously his longest outing, just the second outing of the year. Ryan kicks and deals, and that's a strike inside, 2-1. Ed, we're getting some good comments on the YouTube stream tonight. I said, hey, we get bonus bucks for every good comment, right? So I think we're getting some. So Neil says, well, then keep it up, guys. He's had a couple of rainouts. Yeah, tough go out there in Guelph. Guest guys doing a good job watching from Walpole Island. Ryan is watching some Chatham-Kent baseball. Go Barnstormers. And Jason is watching from the east side of Detroit. It's very nice. Said, let's go Barneys. Let's go Jalen Butcher. Jalen on the bench tonight, but thanks for tuning in.
Jalen played a lot of baseball in Windsor, and he also attended St. Clair College.
Count is 2-1 on Johnston, the batter, the catcher tonight. Now the count goes 3-1. Sam McKinley now warming in the bullpen for the Barnstormers. Ryan kicks and deals. Johnston fouls it straight back, and that's going to get up and out of play and into the hot dog stand. Count is full now, 1 out. Top of 6. Lights warming up here and ready to go on at Fergie Jenkins Field. Ryan And a foul off at the plate. IBL is one of the oldest baseball leagues in the world. The league is established 1919. 100-year-old summer league draws significantly more fans and a friendly ballpark experience than any other league of its kind. Join in the fun. Catch a game today. Buy tickets online at theibl.ca or ckbarnstormers.com. Payoff pitch from Ryan to Johnston. Swing and a miss. Second out of the inning. Battled back on that one. And that brings up the ninth hitter, the second baseman, Brendan Daly. Pitching coach. Well, that's Dan Norman, actually. Norman is making a double switch here. He's going to move Kucera to right. Norman is going to go to center. And Spencer Marcus is coming out. Did you see something there?
Did not.
Marcus made the first out of the inning coming in on that pitch. So Marcus is out. Norman goes to center. So Norman will bat in that leadoff hole that Marcus has vacated.
Pretty harmless fly ball he caught in right field. I didn't see anything unusual.
Well, he was the last out in the inning, too. So I wonder if he injured himself on the run down to first. That's the only thing we can guess there. So Norman goes into second. Kucera moves over to right.
At the bat.
Going to get the benefit of the strike on that one. Oh, 1 the counts. McKinley warming a little more intently from the bullpen now as Ryan works in the top of the 6th. He gets the call on the outside corner.
So nibbling with that outside corner all night. Just missed on a few.
That one a little too high. Really, there's only been a couple of hard hit balls tonight on him. Situational hitting was good for the Cardinals. A couple of errors certainly has been him on the backside, too.
Yeah.
Back-to-back strikeouts, and that looks to be the end for Aiden Ryan. Zeros across the board for the Barnstormers. Defensively, 4-2 the Cardinals with the edge. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
All the staff of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers are hoping to see you with your friends and family at the ballpark again tomorrow.
The Kucera is going to lead off the bottom of the 6. 4-2 Cardinals over the Barnstormers. Iguchi stays in, and Kucera with a chopper through the hole on the right side, and he's on for the second time tonight. He has had himself a good night so far. Kucera, good hustle down to first, and the Barnstormers start with a hit. Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. And Dan Patel settles in here in the bottom of the 6. Barnstormers need some base runners here. Guessing that Aiden Ryan's night might be done as the bullpen is now warming a little more intently. Iguchi first pitch outside to Patel.
Third baseman's playing him as if he's going to bunt. He's right in on the infield grass.
Zach Marriott there at third. Iguchi looks in for the sign. Kucera would be a threat to steal. Not much of a lead here, and he'll hold on. Open up that hole for Patel on the right side. So the chat continues on YouTube. That'll bring you up to speed. Lori says, watching from Ohio, go Panda. Lori Strong. I'm betting that is a relative of Seth, who was on deck. We've got a viewer from, now forgive me here, there's a close play at first. Wawanesa, Manitoba. Is that a Wawanesa? Am I saying that right, Sean? Sean's watching there. So now they call Seth the Panda. We got people asking, how did he get the nickname? We're still working on that. We're trying to figure that out. Strike outside. It is 1-2. And another viewer in Huber Heights, Ohio, the home of Seth Strong. So Lori and Issa, is that the name? You guys should get together for a drink and watch some Barnstormers baseball tonight. Kucera faked a start over at first. Cardinals are thinking right along with them. A pitch out outside, 2-2 now. Iguchi, 6th inning, pitched 6 in his first game, and now he's going to go back to first. Kucera gets back.
Telecasts are good for the Barnstormers. It's really interesting that you can pick this up anywhere. I told you my son's in PEI this week, and I haven't talked to him since, but he was trying to pick up the game Tuesday night.
Nice. And there's an off-speed pitch. We'll drop in low. Warming up in the bullpen for the Cardinals is Mizuki Akatsuka, the switch pitcher. We might get a chance to see him, the first switch pitcher in the IBL. Iguchi here deals with the runner on first. No outs. Bottom of 6. Fakes the jump. Now he's trying to get in the pitcher's head. Iguchi to the plate. Patel will slice that off.
Had a good swing at that one.
Kucera faked the start, went back, faked it again. Iguchi's got the count full to Dan Patel, former London Major. Wags that left-handed bat. Kucera goes. There's down to first. Wouldn't have been a double play anyway. It was hit too soft, but Bernardo will get back to the bag and take the first down of the inning. Kucera moves up to second. Unassisted on the putout for Luis Bernardo, and here comes the Panda. Seth is 1 for 2 on the nights. Had a shot up the middle with the bases loaded in the opening inning. And a 1-2-3 double play started by Iguchi, and then a rocket into right for his only hit of the night before caught stealing in the 3rd inning. Iguchi's night is done. Coming out of the bullpen now for the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll see if that is exactly who it is.
I bet if it is, he'd be throwing left-handed to the first batter.
Well, he's got a mitt on that's positioned on the right hand, so yes, he will be coming in as a switch pitcher and pitching left-handed. Mizuki Akatsuka from Gifu, Japan. Played for the Empire State Grays in the New Jersey Frontier League last year. Has pitched 2 years there, 25 games in the Frontier League, 6 Ks per 9 innings pitched last year. He's played in Japan. Indeed, it is Akatsuki. So we have back-to-back Japanese pitchers in this one.
Oh.
Barnstormers have a Japanese catcher on the bench.
But he's throwing right-handed.
He's throwing, now he's warming right-handed. Okay. Well, let's see how he warms up. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
He's a switch pitcher.
I've never seen it live, up close and personal. This is certainly unique to me.
Suzuki Akatsuka. Couple of pitches right-handed. Will he switch and move that glove to the other hand?
He did.
Interesting. That is interesting. I have never seen that.
Nor have I.
I've seen it on TV. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen it in person.
Guess we'll see the way it goes as they go from batter to batter, whether he can just keep switching glove from right to left.
We understand is he has to declare what hand he's going per batter.
Per batter.
Akatsuki. 4 pitches right-handed, now 4 left-handed. Man, I can't even throw well right-handed. Like, to do it both hands. Well, runners on second, 1 out. And the cleanup hitter has been talking to the bench. Much of a scouting report he's got, the guy who goes both hands. We'll see what Seth Strong can do here. He's hit the ball hard twice. He's only got one at bat to show for it.
Let's do it again.
Just thinking, a few of my golf buddies think their answer to their golf game is to switch hands.
Is that it?
I know guys have done it with the putting.
Five and a third innings pitch for Higuchi tonight. 4 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, both on the board here, and 1 hit batsman. Strong has an eye, and that's going to go for a ball. Higuchi going left-handed on left-handed, and he'll probably stay that way with Braxton Haggett on deck. Strong, a couple of home runs, both at home this year. Over that wall in right. I don't know if there would be a field in the IBL that could hold him. He's going to pop that up mile high. DeBanning gets underneath of it. Kucera tags at second, has to drift. Kucera's off and running. Throw to third, and that one close, and he gets in. Kucera without a slide. And he'll advance.
That's a good throw.
That was a very good throw.
He was pretty deep.
So now Braxton Haggett, who's got the 2 RBIs tonight, back in the first. And he'll face the lefty, Akatsuka here.
I think Kucera was surprised. The ball was I got there as quickly as it did.
Haggett's batting .363. He's got a single in the first. He's got a runner waiting at third, looking to get home. And first pitch swinging over to third. And that's going to get him out of the inning. Akatsuka comes in and faces the 2 lefties. 2 power bats, and he gets out of the inning. 4-2 Cardinals. We're going to the top of the 7th now officially. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Barnstormers Baseball live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Top of the 7th. Barnstormers have stranded a couple of big runners down at third, so trailing here in this one. Pitching change, call to the bullpen, brought to you by Batter Bus, the official transport of the CK Barnstormers. As Sam McKinley comes in, he's pitched 2 2/3 innings on the season, a 6.75 ERA. 22-year-old, 6'2", 185 out in the mound, big right-hander. That's a strike, 1-1. Aiden Ryan's night is done. Six innings pitched for him, 5 hits allowed, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Walks came early, the strikeouts came late for Ryan. Kinley looking inside, 2-2 on the batter. This is Nicholson, who's been dangerous in the base paths tonight. He scored a pair. Leadoff hitter now against McKinley. Looks in for the sign and deals. That one sinks outside. Fans wanted a call there. Sam's from Tilbury. Count goes full to the leadoff hitter, Brandon Nicholson. And not going to get the call, and he walk up. Nicholson, a dangerous, quick runner, starts at first. Danny Berg, the right fielder now. Sorry, the left fielder. Strides to the plate. It's 0 for 3 here, and now Dan Norman, the coach, looks like he's going to make another change here. So he's going to take Seth Strong. Looks like Seth, that first baseman's glove, is going to have to come out. Okay. So Trent Sillett's going to come into first. And Seth has just got a new glove. He's going over to third. Okay. Braxton Haggith is out of the game.
Seems to be a familiar rotation. He batted the last half of the inning. And man on first base, and they rotate. Substitute one player and rotate players.
So did Patel go to left field?
Left field.
Sillett into the game and has to catch the throw over quickly here.
Well, he might be playing the percentages, too, with the left-handed first baseman. That's an easier throw to second base for a left-handed thrower.
We haven't seen Steth over at third base yet. Strong there, and now Nicholson gets a big jump, and he has done that all night. Mm-hmm. He has done that all night. Really getting ahead of the pitchers. McKinley got a word that he was moving, and Nicholson had to dive back without a throw. He's moving off. Now he's faking a go again. He goes. Shot right through the hole. Nicholson out of the way. Gets over to Kucera, who's up quickly. Nicholson took a couple of steps, paused when it was hitting a line, and then had to dodge the ball. And now there's runners on first and second, and Dangerous Duncan comes up to bat.
One thing I've noticed that the pitchers with the Barnstormers aren't giving second and third look with runners. If he'd looked back that time, he had them frozen.
Well, we've talked about some of these pitchers with some difficulties hitting the strike zone, so their mind has been elsewhere, and it's led to some runners on the move in the base pass. All inside to Duncan.
No, it's just part of the game they have to work at when they're holding men on base. They have to vary what they do in terms of throwing over, looking, stepping off, etc.
They're moving. Hoyt to third. Short hop. Strong gets it to knock it down. And that will save a run. But a double steal. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the reigning MVP.
Two stolen bases on the pitcher.
Well, it doesn't get any easier after Duncan either. Bernardo's got a run tonight. He's a big hitter in that 4th hole, and Marriott's got a couple of RBIs of the night. So McKinley is in tough. Duncan, big left-handed bat. Hoyt the catcher. They're in on the infield. And, yeah, they weren't messing around with him. They'll throw Duncan down to first. A intentional walk for the reigning MVP. And that brings up Luis Bernardo, who can certainly stroke as well.
Like they're bringing everybody in and throw a double play home to first.
Pitching coach Gilberto Rondon will head out to the mound. All right, some more shout-outs on our YouTube stream here tonight. We're making matches here. We have a couple of viewers in Huber Heights, Seth's hometown, that have now realized they live in the same neighborhood. And I think we have something to say about that. Mike, hey, Mike, thanks for tuning in tonight. Watching out at CM Wilson, the campground tonight. We're talking about the switch pitcher for the Hamilton Cardinals. Mitsuki Akatsuka said it would be interesting to see that glove and how it's done to fit on both hands.
I've never seen one.
We'll see if he comes back out for the Cardinals. So now we have a little explanation on why Seth's nickname is Panda. We can get to that, okay? Jacob, watching from Hamilton. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Jake. Inside, 1-0. Behind the cleanup hitter now, Bernardo. San Pedro de Macorís. First baseman tonight, but does catch. Also an assistant coach in this team, a veteran player. Infield way in on the grass. Phillip charging from first, and they'll get the call low. 1-1. We've seen Kucera's arm from right. Dan Battelle has moved out to left. So Battelle went to short. Vasilenic went to left. That's how it works. That's how it works. We just want to all be on the same page. That's all we want.
Well, there was a lot of moves.
That's one thing you'll see in the IBL, especially because pitchers play the infield and vice versa. Sometimes they make these moves. You just got to keep an eye on where they're all going. 2-1 the count. And Hoyt, all he can do to get in front of that. McKinley now behind 3-1.
Overthrew that one. Got to let it go.
Sam McKinley. Played Chatham Honor Baseball. Pitched to St. Clair College, three straight gold medals. Kicks and deals. Chopped down to third, strong off the knee, and it goes into foul territory. Couple runs will score. Ball comes in strong, gets him at third. Duncan runs into an out. Big out for the Barnstormers. Vasilenic will get the runner, but 2 will come in. It's now 6-2 Cardinals. Bernardo will end up at first with a couple of RBIs. Zach Marriott now up to bat. Left-hander. Good stick. And they count 1-0 with 1 out. Top of 7. McKinley looks in for the sign. Bernardo not too far off of first. There's a looper to right. Kucera closing ground. He gets to it. And he covers a lot of ground. He's impressing tonight. Gets that ball in quickly for the second out.
Big jump on the ball.
Does.
He was moving in the direction of that ball right off the bat.
Got the Ed Myers play of the game back in the third. We gotta put a name on that. Copyright it. Big catch in center field for Kucera. Threw it a runner in that inning too. And now moved over to right and closes the gap on a little looper. Dennis DeBaning is up. Came into the game hitting .500. A big bat plays in the 6 hole. Hitless tonight. He's 0 for 3.
Casero on that one catch, he just turned and ran to the spot and touched it perfectly.
Join the team and sponsor Barnstormers Baseball. Reach out to the sales team at ckbarnstormers.com. Maybe you want your name on the Ed Myers Play of the Game. Ed Myers stamp of approval. That one, he was on it. DeBaning fouls that straight back, 1-1. Dennis DeBaning from Toronto, his 4th season. Slugging percentage of .1200 coming into the game. Barnstormers have handled him so far. We've got a runner on first with 2 outs, top of 7. And an inside pitch, couldn't get the bat around. It's down 1-2. Two runs in the inning. Couple of walks in the early going. Chopped to short. Patel takes it on a bounce. Belt high to second. And they get out of the inning, but not before 2 score. Cardinals lead by 4. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Barnstormers Baseball Live is back from Fergie Jenkins Field. That's your 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Ford Diamond Catering and Events. And Robert Mackey will lead off the inning, and the Barnstormers trail by 4. And the first pitch to Mackey will be a strike on the outside corner. Mizuki Akatsuka went 2/3 of an inning, got 2 outs to end the bottom of the 6, and now he's got a little more cushion to work with. Pitching right-handed, as we've talked, is a switch pitcher.
We were talking about the switch glove. That's I've never seen one. He just switches the glove from his right hand to his left hand and carries on.
I play a lot of Maple City slow pitch, Ed. I'm wondering if I have the wrong-handed glove. Maybe that's been my problem all this time. Mackey to right. DeBaning in. He'll catch that forehead high and First out of the inning. Barnstormers baseball is brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Bottom of 7. Kenjamin is watching in Hamilton. Let's go Cards from Hamilton. Now the question is, though, Kenjamin, do you live up the mountain or down the mountain? I lived 2 years in Hamilton. Worked at a radio station there.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I had son went to McMaster, so I know the up and the down of Hamilton.
Well, one-way streets. I worked at Waiwanawake for a couple of years. Did the morning show there. Loved Hamilton. Great town. Great town. Sammy Jr. with a couple of fire emojis for us. Good stuff, Sammy. Thanks for tuning in on the stream tonight. 1-1 the count to Spencer Morin, his first start of the season. Popped out to the shortstop last time up. First up at went to left field for a pop-up. Morin looking to get something started. The Barnstormers had some base runners on. Unable to get some big hits. There is an off-speed pitch from the lefty now from Akatsuka.
Surprising we only have 4 hits.
True. Inside, and he's been hit. Second hit batsman of the night. But Marin will take it. He'll get on first. See if the bottom of the order can get something started. Nick Hoyt. He's going to stride to the plate here. My bad. It's Torrin Vaselenik. Jumped ahead one. So the 8th hitter will come to bat. Vaselenik moved to left field from shortstop in the last inning, and a switch from manager Dan Norman.
Threw a runner out at third base shortly after he's moved out there.
0 for 2 in the night so far. He's hitless in his 8 at-bats as a Barnstormer. Not a good bat, though. Well, he's proven it in his time. The strikeout side to get behind. Played last year with the Lethbridge Bulls. Led the league in home runs. Had 12 and was in the Western Baseball League All-Star game. Vaselenik's bat just not off to a hot start here in CK just yet. Even count 1-1. Morin hit by a pitch, gets his lead, a short one off of first. Double play depth up the middle. And Vaselenik will pop one to right. Debating all day, gets underneath of it. And he'll swallow that up. Second out of the inning, his second out in right field. Now Nick Hoyt will come to bats.
I'm trying to see if there's much difference between his delivery right-handed versus left-handed.
Very
There
similar.
doesn't seem to be, yeah. Like a mirror image.
Ball one outside. Mizuki Akatsuka was out to the mound earlier, working as the translator for the starter, Takaki Iguchi, who went 5 1/3 innings. We're at the bottom of the 7, Fergie Jenkins Field, 6-2. Cardinals. Hoyt, the 9th batter, 2 outs. Morin took a step off of first. And there you're seeing the difference between the pitching staffs. Cardinals have looked a couple runners back and have held the Barnstormers close. Younger pitching staff for the home side tonight. And a strike there, 1-1, will even up the counts.
That's what I've said several times. We give them a few more games under their belt, and I'm sure some of these little subtleties will start to come into play.
Only one preseason game for the Barnstormers, so a lot of ball to be played for these guys as Nick Hoyt swings through strike 2.
Yeah, this is their 4th game. We have 38 to go.
Lots of baseball to be played. Barnstormers 2-1 on the season. Hamilton 2-1. They lost in extra innings last night. 2 runs allowed in the 10th to the Bay Cats, and Hoyt's going to go down swinging here to end the 7th.
The bottom of the seventh.
One base runner on a hit by pitch. And the Barnstormers trail by 4 to the top of the 8th. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
My time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
Barnstormers Baseball Live, back to Fergie Jenkins Field. Top of 8 now, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. We have another defensive change. Nick Hoyt struck out to end the 7th, has been replaced by Greg Kemble, who was the opening day starter for the visiting Barnstormers. Kemble, you remember, had the first ever hit in Barnstormers history. Shot towards second. Mackey, a nice bounce. Over to first, Trent Sillett. And a first pitch out for Sam McKinley. That's the leadoff batter to get. My bad, that's the left fielder to get the 8th inning started. Bottom of the order here for McKinley to get through it quickly and get the bats back up here and trying to get something started on the bullpen for the Cardinals. Have to deal with the catcher, Andrew Johnston. First, struck out last at bat. He's got a walk of the night. 0 for 2, well outside Kemble.
Just looking at the only position player still who started the game is Mackey at second base.
You're right.
Everybody else has moved.
Towards shortstop, down on a knee, long throw by Battelle, and they got him. Nice play by Dan Battelle.
Took his time when he got up. That was the key.
Maybe had the catcher running there.
Yep.
2 outs. Bottom of the order now, Brendan Daly, the second baseman. McKinley, outside corner, gets a strike to start off. Are you golfing in that, Ed?
Hey, don't know. I'm 23rd of July.
July 23rd, Barnstormers' first ever golf tournament. Inside pitch. We were supposed to mention this here tonight. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, Willow Ridge Golf Course. Great course, $150 per person. And you can find out more. You can go to a CK Barnstormers website. And Schultz is who you want to talk to get yourself a spot in the Barnstormers golf tournament. Barnstormers Chatham Minor Baseball golf tournament. Got a picture of Garrett Day on the flyer. He's a heck of a golfer himself.
He is that.
He's out of the bullpen for the Barnstormers.
He just recently graduated from Wayne State with a golf scholarship.
He's got a save in the season. That happened up in Toronto in the second game of the season. victory there. Catalin Morin, speaking of bullpen, is warming up. Top of 8, well outside. Kemble stretches to get to it. 2-2. Now the count full. Bring the family out to the ballpark. Purchase your tickets online now at ckbarnstormers.com. Back home tomorrow to see the Guelph Royals. We've only played 2 games this year. A handful of rainouts for them. They got rained out today against London. Inside pitch. Not going to get the call, and that'll turn the lineup over. That's a tough one on the inside. Kemble wanted it. Looks back at the umpire, Isaac Zywalk, who says, yeah, just a little low. Now, Brendan Nicholson, who's scored his last 3 times up on the bases. He's got a single and 2 walks. So Nicholson, the leadoff batter, the center fielder. First pitch swings through it. Seems like McKinley is throwing a little freer now.
Yeah, you let that one go. And again, I think it has a lot to do with the early in the season. Pitchers aren't ready.
Throw back to first. They got him. There's McKinley. Good move over to first to get him out of the 8th. Barnstormers, top of the order coming up, and they need 4 to get back into it. Barnstormers, Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent-Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
If you have that, please report to the merchandise store. All right. 538881. That's enough times. All right. All right. Also, fans, we hope you're having a good time at the ballpark tonight. If you've had too much to drink, please arrange a ride home, whether it's with you ride or with a friend or a family member. Make sure someone will take you home safely. Tonight's attendance is 978. Give yourself a round of applause. It's a pretty big crowd for a Saturday, as Billy Joel would say. Thank you all again for coming to Fergie Jenkins Field with your friends and family. Can't wait to see you all back here again tomorrow.
Barnstormers Baseball Live back at Fergie Jenkins Field, bottom of the 8th. Barnstormers down by 4. This is presented by Kent-Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider, and a pitching change for the Hamilton Cardinals. And now we know why we have viewers from Wawanesa, Manitoba. It's because Corey Connor is into the game and he's making his first IBL appearance here tonight. And I bet you that's family that's watching out Manitoba tonight. Top of the order is going to start things off with the Barnstormers. Miles Norman will get his first swing of the night. Came in to replace Spencer Marcus, who's out of the game. Strike 1 high. Norman, a tough start to the season. A Barnstormers jersey. He's hitting just 167. And Connor on the mound starts him with a strike. Comes over the top again. This one into the dirt. Some more shout-outs to our YouTube viewers here tonight on the stream. Benjamin is a big London Knights fan, so yeah, I won't hold that against him. So is Jim Somer, a buddy of mine. He's enjoying the broadcast here tonight. Jimmy's a real good dude, a so-so umpire. in the local slow pitch league. Kidding, Jimmy. I love you, buddy. Sheena's watching from BC, home of MVP Tyler Duncan. Go Cards. Yeah, there you go. At shortstop tonight. 2-2 the count to Norman. Love to get his wheels on the base pass here to get something started at the top of the order behind Hussein and Patel and Strong due up here in this 8th inning. Connor, swing and a miss. Gets his first batter out. Connor pitched at Mayville State University. Also plays second. There's the infield too a little bit. Got good arm on him. Seeing him obviously for the first time as Lee Kucera's had a heck of a night. Been on base twice. Hit by a pitch, had a single, and has played some Gold Glove defense tonight. Couple red stars in the lineup for him. Kucera has singled to right in the 6. Swings through the first pitch from Connor, who's bringing the heat.
That was hard. Then he's throwing strikes, too. Good combination.
And he's not wasting any time. Looks in, gets the sign, let's go. Kucera set. Connor with a pitch. And another. Shot high. Kucera swings to the second one. Connor. High and outside. Patel's on deck. Strong in behind him in the hole. In the dirt. Count goes 2-2. Iguchi with a good night. He went 5 1/3. And Suzuki Akatsuka. Lefties out he needed to get out and then switched to right when he needed to be right. He was a switch pitcher. It's neat to see as Kucera's going to pop one to right. That's going to keep going. DeBaning gets back. That's on to the warning track. That ball just kept going, and he's going to wheel it in. But
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Another one of the balls that just keep drifting to the outfield.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times, especially to right tonight. DeBaning had to stay with that right up to the warning track.
Look at the flags out there in left center field. They're motionless. There's nothing. No factor.
Dan Patel up now. Hit by a pitch in the first. Patel settles in. 2 quick outs for Connor. Starting with a strike, or with a ball outside the strike zone. Star Wars night tonight. We've seen all types of characters. Barnstormers hoping to get back on the Evil Empire tonight as the Hamilton Cardinals have the 6-2 lead so far. Bottom of 8. It'll be the top of the Cardinals order when they come up in the 9th, and it looks like we might see a change of pitchers as Catalin Morin is throwing from the left side. Let's see what Dan Norman, the manager, decides to do. 2-1. Patel. Another foul off, this time down the left side. 2-2 with 2 outs in the 8th.
Righty throwing down there.
Patel's going to foul another one off. Bullpen keeps an eye on it as it flies over top of their heads. Second baseman playing way over. The first baseman holding the line here. It's Bernardo as Patel looks at another one with the count 2-2. Another foul off over the bullpen. Trying to time that pitch from Connor.
Not getting around on him.
No. He's had a lot of velocity from the Manitoba native. Looks in for the sign. He's got it. 2-2 and kicks and deals. And he'll swing through it. Couple of strikeouts in his first inning of IBL work. No runs, no hits, no errors. They're down by 4 in the top of the order coming up in the 9th. For the Cardinals, it's Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Top of 9 now, Bull Hamilton Cardinals on the field and ready to bat here. Nicholson was at the plate when Daly was picked off at first, and Garrett Day's first home appearance, and he'll start Nicholson with a strike. We see Garrett Day, the local product. Big rangy pitcher, 6'3", 153. And he'll get strike 2 and a quick 0-2 to the leadoff batter.
You ever seen his golf swing?
Smooth.
Smooth. Very smooth.
Heck of a golfer. A Pines graduate. I got to make sure I get UCC in there, Ed. Sorry.
Sorry.
I know how you feel about that.
It's okay.
Played Chatham minor baseball 10 to the age of 18. He won the Fergie Jenkins Award for the most outstanding player in the minor baseball travel system in 2018. Just works around the corner here at Links of Kent. And he's working here in the top of 9. Norman settles under that one. And first out of the 9th inning. And they get Nicholson, who had scored the last 3 times up. Now Danny Berg, the left fielder. He's 1 for 4 in the night. It's a single, and that happened back in the 7th. Chopper towards short. Patel in front, over the top. Sillett out with the stretch. Couple quick outs for Garrett Day.
That looks easy.
Jason, watching the broadcast, says, "It's great, fellas." Thank you, Jason. And then Logan joins and just says, "Garrett." That'll be a buddy of Garrett Day who's on the mound tonight. Moving quickly, 2 outs, top of 9. And this is Tyler Duncan. A single back in the first, chopped it off the plate. A single in the 5th. He's 2 for 4. 2 for 3 and a walk last time up. Was thrown out trying to get to third. Ahead in the count, 2-0 now. And he'll get the call on the outside corner. Barnstormers back in action here at Fergie Jenkins Field at Rotary Park Sunday versus the Guelph Royals. That's tomorrow. Get your tickets online now at ckbarnstormers.com. You want to come tomorrow because the Barnstormers are not home for 18 days. Patel up the middle. Big high bounce. Turns, fires, Sillett with a stretch. And they get him. Dan Patel stays with it. No hits, no runs. And the Barnstormers got to get something done in the heart of the order coming up. Led by Seth Strong when we come back. It's Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
For the best fans in the league, the best mascot in the league. Let's make some noise for your Barnstormers. They need it. Bottom of the ninth, let's go! Now pitching for number 40. Chatham.
Barnstormers Baseball Live to the bottom of the ninth for the Barnstormers, trailing by 4. Both teams 2-1 coming into the night, coming off of losses. The Barnstormers in danger of losing 2 in a row, but they got the right guy to start things off, as Seth Strong will stride to the plate here. The Panda. And we were talking about how do we know, or where did we come up with that nickname? Well, our YouTube chat buzzing tonight. Seth got the nickname back when he was young. Used to get hit quite a bit as a left-handed batter. You didn't see a lot of left-handed batters, so pitchers would have a tough time, and they would hit him quite a bit. And I believe this is a family member. I'm not sure how the relation is, but said he was a little fluffier back then. And he was doing all these moves trying to get out of the way. And his teammates yelled, "Looks like Kung Fu Panda." And it stuck. So the Panda leads off ahead in the count 1-0. And that one well outside. Christian Favas into the game now. Fava's first IBL appearance, pitched at the University of Ottawa. And we've seen this a few times on the Barnstormers side of things, your first go around, and nerves start getting amped up here, and see if Fava can find the zone. He's unsuccessful so far, and Strong realizes it, so I'm going to wait him out. Ahead 3-0.
At least we know the story of the Panda tonight. Anyway,
I can go to bed happy.
We can take it from here.
Played well again here tonight. Strong with a shot up the middle, turned into a double play by Iguchi back in the first. Here's Favas finally going to find the zone, 3-1.
That play in the first was pivotal.
That is a big one.
Huge.
Barnstormers had bases loaded, and Strong strides to the plate. Iguchi blindly short hops the ball, goes back to home, and then to first for the double play. Barnstormers managed to get a couple of runs in the inning, but that would have made a big difference as he works a walk to start things off. So Trent Sillett is now the batter. He came in on a switch. Braxton Haggith left the game. So Sillett's first at bats. Sillits from London. Going to make him throw him some strikes, and he'll start him off with a strike. Sillett had a couple of RBIs. Goshen College, Indiana, majoring in biology and pre-med for Trent. 9 in the count, 0-1. Double play depth up the middle. Fava inside. Lefty trying to get the crowd going here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Fava looks in, outside, well outside. And that's going to go back to the backstop and rattle around back there. Johnston has to chase it down, and Strong will move up to second base. This is a brick backstop here, so sometimes that ball will hit and come right back out to you. That one hit in the Barnstormers' favor.
You can hear it from here.
Yeah, you could feel it. It rattles underneath you here. 2-1 the count to Sillett. Fava and Sillett. That's going to get away too. Now Strong going to move along to third. A couple of wild pitches.
Looks like a cross up there somehow. It looks like the catcher was surprised.
They were checking to see if he had swung on that. He did not. 3-1. And the catcher, Johnson, will come out to the mound. There is a righty warming in the bullpen for Chris Piano, the manager of the Cardinals. They're looking to go 3-1 on the season. Strong now at third, the leadoff batter. They need 4. Sillett wags the bat. Ahead in the count, 3-1. Fava and Sillett with a big swing over top of that one. Took a little bit off. Count now full. Sillett had some RBIs, an RBI rather, in the opener. And he's going to walk here. Something going on for the Barnstormers.
That's what makes the game interesting, right? They're never over till it's over.
It is not. Mackey now, who had a late inning home run in game 2 in Toronto. The go-ahead run. So for 3 of the night. Grounded back to the pitcher. Flew out to right last time up. Vancouver, British Columbia. Swinging at the first pitch. That was down and inside. Still it. General Manager Harry Muir says, well, I'm not going to steal you any bases, but man, he can swing the bat and certainly use the glove. He's not straying too far from first. Fava's got an eye on him. Strong at third. Another ball in the dirt. Evens count at 1-1. Got the Panda info from Lori. That is Seth's mom. Now we're getting the family tree. We're connecting people tonight, Ed. We're doing the Lord's work here.
That makes it a visual.
Yes. And we're calling a baseball game on top of things.
Yeah.
Getting paid nearly enough for this. 2-1 the count now. To Mackey. Inside. Count goes 3-1.
Pitcher's really overthrowing.
We talked about Fava, kid from Vaughan. His first season in the IBL. He's yet to pitch for the Cardinals. And Mackey with a healthy hack at that. It's up and out of play. Count is full now. Runner on first, runner on third. Mackey's got that hole to punch it through the right side. Sillett's not going anywhere. They hold him on. Fava inside's going to hit him. Loads the bases. And the tying run will come to the plate. In the name of Spencer Morin in his first IBL game. I believe that's the third hit batsman tonight.
Seen a lot of hit batters the last in the first games anyway.
Yeah. Well, the long walk out to the mound by Piano. He'll take the ball from Christian Fava, who doesn't record an out. And now looks like we're going to get a righty out of the bullpen. He's yet to appear, but we know he's coming. And he's going to take the walk out. A purposeful walk down the first base side. Barnstormers without an out. And the base is loaded in the bottom of the ninth. It's a menacing walk to the mound. No hurry. Stefan Strucker will come out of the bullpen. 20-plus years in the IBL. 44 years old. Ed. 44 years old for Strecker. Dundas, Ontario. He's got 1 inning pitched. No walks, no strikeouts, no ERA. He's on to see if he can lock it down here.
Well, the break for Moran in that he's a left-handed hitter. Didn't have to face the lefty.
Mm-hmm. Look at this windup from Strecker.
Yeah.
That's a motion for sure. Just comes out of nowhere. Right-handed pitcher, big pitcher. Woo.
Sort of a sidearm sling.
Yeah, that's a different look than what we've seen tonight. We talked about Iguchi, who was the starter tonight. He had 2 or 3 different arm angles he came at. This is Strecker now, who's coming out of the pen and short arms it, but man, he's got a little bit of heat on it too. Well, he's in to try to lock it down for the Hamilton Cardinals. They're up by 4. Barnstormers threatening in the bottom of the ninth. And to be playing in the IBL still at the age of 44, he's been around for 20-plus years. He, knows how to handle himself up there in the mound. Christian Fava will have many more opportunities. His first, a rough go, worked the nerves out. In a 4-run game, probably a better situation for him than it was a little tighter, but he leaves the bases loaded, and now Strecker into the final few outs here.
Get these runners moving around the bases, and you never know what can happen.
Spencer Moran was hit by the pitch last time up, and he'll start strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the night. Fly out to left and a pop up to short. Moran would love his first IBL hit right here, and as with the Barnstormers fans, there's a swing and a chop down the third baseline foul. He's behind 0-2. Barnstormers scored a couple of runs on Tuesday in that big 27-run game against the London Majors, a 15-12 loss. Moran from the left-hander's box. Inside, you'll get hits. No. He's going to say that's a ball. He said he leaned into it. Isaac Zylwak. Certainly not going to make many Barnstormer fans happy. Dan Norman's going to come down and say, give me an explanation here. He says, what are you talking about?
You don't see that called very often.
No, you don't.
It hit you.
Moran was hit his last time up. Thought he had an RBI there. Not going to happen. 1-2 the count. That's going to go as a ball. And Moran will look out to Strecker once again. Inside, and he's going to get called on the strikeout. That certainly won't make any fans. 1 down, and someone's been thrown out. Is it Norman? And that's a first. In Barnstormers history, you're witnessing Dan Norman, the first ejection. And somebody else could be gone too. He's going to throw him out. I don't know if Norman was the...
Couldn't tell.
Is it Don Menard down the third base line? He's just pointing and throwing. Spencer Moran thought he got on base. And the next pitch inside. And he gets the call. So the game won't continue until he's officially out. I don't think it's Norman. It's somebody on the bench. Strecker's got a strikeout. And it's Dan Patel, the shortstop, who had too much to say after the strikeout. Patel has been ejected. Torin Vasilenic, who we've talked about, is yet to get the bat going as a Barnstormer, but we certainly know he can. And he'll face Strecker, 1 out in the 9th. And he'll hit it through the hole. And that'll catch one for sure. Sillett is going to hold at 3. And the ball cut off. Just the 1 scores. Big hole there, and Vasilenic will cash on his first ever hit as a Barnstormer strong in to make it 6-3. And Greg Kemble strides the plate for his first at bat. He lined one back up the middle in the inaugural game, and they saved the ball because it was the first ever hit in Barnstormers history. You would love another one right here. Kemble, 333 in the season. There's an off-speed pitch. Will drop in for a strike. 0-1. Still that big hole on the left side. The infield is playing for 2. You got a lot of room on the infield. First baseman close to the bag. Kemble chops it in front of the plate. Is it going to stay foul? Oh, it just gets out of play. Just got out of play. Kemble will come back.
You're taught to make contact with that ball when it's rolling around out of in foul territory because it comes back fair.
Yep.
It's fair ball.
0-2 to Kemble. 1 out, bottom of 9. Barnstormers trailing by 3. Kemble looks out to the mound. Strecker. And there's one. Slice to right. Debaining was playing him in. Sillett not going to tag. They're going to throw it into the cutoff.
Ooh.
And the catcher, all he can do to get in front of that. Good work by Johnston, the catcher. And a fly out for Kemble, and they're down to their final out. And Miles Norman will come to bat. He's into the game for Spencer Marcus, who went out after maybe an injury down the first base line. We didn't get a good explanation on it. Miles Norman strides the plate. He's got 2 hits as a Barnstormer. He struck out in his first at bat of the night. His only other at bat, Strecker, will start him with a strike. Barnstormers loaded the bases. No outs. Marin struck out. Kemble flew out to right. Strecker looks in for the sign. And hit up the middle, and that should do it. Cardinals to first, and they have to come with the tag, and they do. Norman hustling down the line, but the first baseman comes off with the tag. Cardinals will improve to 3-1. The Barnstormers will fall to 2-2. And the victory going the way of the Hamilton Cardinals tonight, 6-3. But again, Barnstormers made it interesting right to the end, Ed.
They did. And the game ended in a similar fashion to Tuesday nights. You know, we have a lot of potential there, and who knows what's going to happen down the way.
Well, that's the thing. You come in as a first-year team, and you certainly have not been a pushover whatsoever. They've got a pretty good ball club here, and maybe a couple of pitching hiccups, and the Barnstormers would have a whole other way. 2-2 their record on the season. The Barnstormers lose tonight to the Hamilton Cardinals by a score of 6-3, and the Cardinals will snap their losing streak after last night. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap it up. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
gift certificate. Tonight's player of the game is number 6, Lee Casera.
All right. I'm right down here with number 6, and Lee Casera, I chose you. We made it interesting in the 9th inning, but you made three incredible catches out there, 2 in center field and 1 in right field. Let's go back to I believe it was the 3rd inning, and their player hit a rocket, and you showed off that 2-time gold medal off the champion speed and ran it down. Walk us through it.
Just had the play before that where we got the guy out at 3rd. So we were at 2 outs there, and just trying to keep the ball in front of us, getting us out of the inning. And I saw that he got a good piece of it off the bat, and I knew I had to track it down, and just kept my eye on the ball and got to the spot and reached up, and there it was. So just let my momentum take me where it was.
Well, it was an exceptional play. I was just shaking my head. I didn't think you had a chance, but I forgot. Folks, this man's an off-the champion. Javelin, I think it was, for the CK Hawks. You wear number 6. That's my all-time favorite number. Let's talk about Al Kaline, who wore number 6. Bridget Carlton for the Minnesota Lynx, and our country wears number 6.
Yep.
How'd you choose that one?
It was a little bit of the team roster and just jersey size, but happy with the choice.
Oh, and so am I. I'll tell you, that's the number I'd be wearing if I played for the Barnstormers. And finally, Lee, you also showed off your speed. You're on second base, fly ball to right field. Not really deep right field, but boy, oh boy, you timed it perfectly and slid in safely to 3rd. Again, showing off your speed.
I just saw the ball go up, and it was in a decent enough spot that their outfield hadn't really had a chance to show off what they could do, and just kind of saw them getting ready to camp under it. Not too much momentum going into the throw, so got myself set up and had my eyes on the coach the whole time, and just tried to give him a chance, see what he could do, and he was going to win. Thankfully, I did.
Well, just an exceptional play. I know it was a tough loss here tonight, but you, sir, stood out in my mind because defense wins championships too, and you paraded both center field and right field exceptionally well. I want you to stay healthy, keep doing what you're doing, and we look forward to watching the Barnstormers suit up again tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us. Lee Casera right here, folks.
Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Good to hear from Lee Casera tonight, who had a great game in a losing cause. Hit, came around to score, and man, the defense tonight was certainly an eye-opener. We knew he was an athlete, but he really covered a lot of ground out there in center.
Basically, he outran the fly ball to center field, and also
the play prior, he threw the ball.
Threw the man out at third base. So he had a really great night, hit the ball. And again, I'm curious to see how this team will be playing, say, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, as they get together, get to know each other a bit, and get some experience.
Well, that's where this guy comes in. Let's throw it back down to Peter Cobb with Dan Norman.
All right, folks, we are back down on field. Tough lots here. Little technical difficulties, but we'll get that straightened out. I got the manager, Dan Norman, and Dan, it was a tough one, but again, we talked on opening night. This team is resilient. They didn't give up. you brought the tying run and at one time the winning run to home plate. And I love the fight in this team.
Yeah, that we did tonight. You know, I always tell the guys we got to take care of the ball, though. You know, we made some mistakes in the early part of the game that cost us some runs. I think it cost us about 3 or 4 runs.
It did, yeah.
And if we took care of the ball during that time, hey, we got the lead at this time. So we just got to keep working on that.
Absolutely. Pitching and defense wins championship. That's why I picked Lee Cutera. He made an exceptional running catch there in center field. Brought me to my feet.
That he did. And also the shortstop made a great play at short. You know, and the thing about it, you just got to keep playing and keep working. And, you know, no one said a championship is easy, but we're working at it.
Right on. And listen, finally, before I let you go talk to the squad, Dan, the beauty when you stub your toe a bit, you get to suit up again, and we got a 135 game here against Guelph tomorrow.
That we do. And we got a few guys banged up right now, and that's why I had to make so many changes. We come with a lineup, but they're going to come to fight.
I love it. Hey, folks, he's Dan Norman. I'm Peter Cobb. Meg's behind the camera. Let's send it back up to the booth for some final thoughts from the boys.
All right, thank you, Peter. Wrapping up there, some interesting words from Dan Norman saying, you know, we've got a couple banged up players here. That's why I had to make some move. We saw Spencer Marcus come out. We saw Braxton Hegeth come out. And I think by the end of the game, we had only one player playing the same position he started with. That was Robert Mackey at second. We got a catcher come out of the game, too. So we saw a lot of movement. He said it'll be interesting how that lineup fares tomorrow. They're going to come out, and they're going to be ready to battle and do their best tomorrow against the Guelph Royals. I almost said it. Guelph Royals tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Royals are undefeated on the season. They're 2-0. That game is at 1:35 tomorrow. Losing pitcher tonight, Aiden Ryan goes 6 innings. He allows 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Takaki Iguchi will get the win tonight, 5 1/3. He allowed just the 2 runs. The hold to Akatsuka, the switch pitcher, which we saw something. You watched a lot of baseball, Ed, and it's the first time you see a pitcher pitch to one batter left, then go the next one, go right.
It is, and I guess the thing that was interesting about him is his delivery, right-handed, was a mirror image of his left-handed throwing, and he was very effective.
And then Stefan Stricker comes in, the 44-year-old, and just shuts down the Barnstormers when they were battling back. They have not been pushovers in their initial season here in the IBL.
Not at all.
Talk about Brandon Nicholson off the top, the leadoff batter who was out in the first inning, got thrown out at first, but man, he came back and three straight run-scoring innings for him, and he led at the top of the order. We saw Tyler Duncan tonight, the reigning MVP. So these Hamilton Cardinals do some good work. They win 6-3, and they improve to 3-1 on the season. Back again tomorrow. Mike Renier's in to call the game. The Barnstormers will take on the Guelph Royals at 1:35 here at Fergie Jenkins Field. If you can be here, grab some tickets. If not, you can watch right here on the stream. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes. Wesley and Brad are producers. For Ed Myers, I'm Chris McLeod. Thank you for watching Barnstormers Baseball Live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.